Hi everybody, it's Gil.
And Debbie.
From the Sailing Vessel Dream Chaser. And we want to just take a minute and really wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving. I know in the U.S. it's really important, so for all of our U.S. subscribers, I hope you're spending time with family and friends and really enjoying the day off. For our non-U.S. subscribers, bear with us for a day for our holiday. But thank you everybody. I do wish you a happy Thanksgiving.
So in the last week or so, we did a lot of small projects around the boat. We really needed to replace our hot water heater. The old one was leaking. So we went ahead and ordered one from Defender. It was the Isotemp SPA 40. It's an 11-gallon hot water heater. It was a little bit over $500 for this particular unit, but we liked it because it had an automatic mixing valve between the hot and the cold water inlets, so that if you're running this on the engine heat exchanger, it doesn't get so hot that it will scald somebody. So after unboxing your unit, the first thing you have to do is put all the right connections on the raw threads that come out of the unit itself. So you can see we actually put a connection for hot and cold lines to come in, as well as where we're going to hook up the engine heat exchanger lines. This section right here is actually part of that mixing elbow I was mentioning, as well as the pressure release valve. So the hose screw-on section there is where it will drain if for some reason the pressure gets too high in the unit itself. Once the connections were on the unit, it was time to go ahead and wire in an electrical outlet that this would plug into. The old hot water heater was actually hardwired right into the electrical system, so in this case we wanted to put this into a regular outlet so that it was part of the protected circuit. So what we did was connected up this line into a duplex box, found the right place underneath the galley countertop. You can see here in the picture here that the part of the floor is out where all the plumbing lines connect up to it, and then I'm going to mount this outlet on the far left-hand side of the screen, which is actually forward in the boat. The rough-looking wall there on the upper right-hand side is actually the inner side of the hull. Really needs to be repainted, but you can see where we've replaced the flooring in this section. Once all the connections were made and it was affixed to the actual forward bulkhead itself, we went ahead and tie-wrapped all of these individual components and then made sure that we routed all of the right plumbing lines in the section that we needed it. We wanted to maximize the amount of storage space underneath this particular galley cabinet. We installed the unit horizontally rather than standing up on its side vertically, just because we didn't have a good place that we wanted to affix it to. We also mounted it athwartships forward near the bulkheads to maximize the amount of space we had for storage underneath that particular galley cabinet. Now, even with the hot water heater in place, there's still plenty of room for me to crawl inside this cabinet and sit in there and do work. This week, Deb spent some time putting together some eco-friendly shopping bags. Rather than going to the market and using the paper or plastic bags, she put together these small cloth bags that allow us to carry several of them over our shoulder. You can even almost wear one like a backpack, but they're really, really handy for shopping, and they're always handy to have on the boat when you need to carry things to and from the dock, from the boat to the car, whatever it happens to be. She's really getting good at these bags. As a matter of fact, she's actually sitting here on a small ottoman with the ironing board folded out and her lightweight sewing machine in the hotel room where her parents are staying. The nice thing is she was able to embroider nice patterns on the front, and they're going to be great for using on the boat. One of the other lingering projects was actually the rear head rebuild. We had cleared this back wall and really needed to go ahead and put something on it to make it look significantly better.
Deb put up the tile in the rear head. Looks really good.
This is actually an adhesive back tile that you can cut with a pair of scissors. You can find it at Home Depot or Lowe's, and we'll actually put the link down in the description below. This stuff really looks good. It's easy to clean, and once it touches that wall, it is pretty permanently affixed, so you got to be really cautious. At this time this week, Thanksgiving was fast approaching, and Deb and I were really looking forward to her parents coming in town for a visit. They actually hadn't seen the new boat yet, so it was great to have them come by. We decided we'd go ahead and prepare some of the food for Thanksgiving.
Making some applesauce. I had a bunch of apples that were likely not going to make it much longer, so basically been peeling them, cutting them into little cubes, and I'm going to heat them up in this little saucepan a little bit and get them soft.
After doing this, it was really just a matter of dropping all these apple pieces into a really strong blender with some cinnamon and grinding it up and putting it in the fridge, and it was delicious. Next thing to prepare ahead of time was going to be our cranberry relish.
Making some candied ginger or crystallized ginger for a recipe we've got going on. Going to make a little bit of homemade relish, and we didn't want to use actual candied ginger that has sugar in it, so we're using something called swerve, which these are just thin sliced pieces of ginger that were boiled for about 20 minutes to soften them up, and now they've been simmering in this. Started with about half a cup of water and about 1/4 cup of swerve. And after it's simmered in that sweetener water, basically just roll it around in some, the recipe calls for sugar, but I went ahead and used the sugar substitute called swerve. Give it a shot and see how that works. but 0 calories, 0 fat, 0 sodium, 5 carbs. Yeah. Its ingredients are some stuff I can't pronounce. I'll take these out and put them in a little container. Dried, they're supposed to stay in an airtight container for a couple of months.
The recipe from that point was really simple. Take frozen cranberries, 1 whole orange, rind and all, and the candied ginger, and blend it up in a food processor. This was the final outcome, and it was really good. This is actually best made 2 or 3 days ahead of time and let it set in the fridge for all the flavors to marry together. Deb's parents arrived in town on Tuesday afternoon, and we decided to take a little bit of a drive around. These photos that you're seeing in the background are actually this really beautiful little area just on the edge of the Tchefuncte River and Lake Pontchartrain. There's a sunken tugboat out there at the end of this river where it drains into the lake. The sunset was setting right behind it, and the photos were just beautiful. Well, it's Thanksgiving morning, and it sure looks like the water level's up a little bit higher than I anticipated it to be. This may be tough for Dan and Joan to get on.
Up a little bit high today. It's going to be a bit of a jump down. Whew.
Yep, I do think we're going to look for a restaurant that will be able to take reservations today, because that is going to be a tough jump up onto the boat. The great news is we found a wonderful restaurant that's still taking reservations, a place called Dakota's. We ordered a Thanksgiving dinner that was sort of non-traditional. Started with oysters Rockefeller. They had a crab and brie soup that was just phenomenal. Salads looked wonderful. And a few of us decided to go ahead and get meals that were very non-traditionally Thanksgiving. I had a wonderful pan-seared flounder fillet. Deb had a tenderloin. Had to be 12 or 16 ounces of beef. It was unbelievably good. And then, of course, they had the traditional Thanksgiving with roast pork, turkey, and all the fixings.
We'd also like to thank everybody for watching our videos. We do enjoy making them, following us on our progress as we take our girl back from the shape she was in to a pristine, pretty shape. If you like our videos or you find them helpful, please click the like button, subscribe to get the new videos and content as they come out, and feel free to please share them with friends, family, or forums, anybody you think might benefit or enjoy watching our videos. Thanks. See you later.
And we really do want to get interaction with the people that watch the videos. So if you have any questions or comments, please do leave a comment in the comment section below the video. We're trying to answer every single one of those for sure, and definitely want to spend some time just interacting with people. You know, we're showing how we're doing some of these projects. I'll be the first to tell you, I do not have the market cornered on good ideas, and frankly, there's probably 10 ways to do it that might even be better at times. So certainly feel free to leave comments, and certainly appreciate anybody's suggestions or assistance as well. Especially with ideas and maybe our approach on certain things. Yep. Thanks. Is that in the frame? Oh, I'm on the other side of you. I'm over there. I don't have the video.
I think it's good. Yeah.
No, I have the video over there. I'm sure this just sounds like. So we can start. We can start at the same time.
Give it a like. Like me.
Right. I wouldn't point to your boob when you do it.
Like me.
Belongs, okay. Happy Thanksgiving.
Holidays. Oh, whatever. Start over.
Hey, what?
Ready?
What do we want to start with?
We don't need no stinking script.
Right.
Well, you do the happy holidays, and then I'll go into my stuff.
What are you going to say, though? You guys are enjoying the... I said the wrong thing.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
When you tell me what to say, I flub it up. If I just roll.
Sailing vessel DreamChaser, and we just wanted to wait for the wind to stop. God dang it.
Fucking wind.